This time, things are going to be just a bit different. Hi, this is Barry Phelps of 10-Minute Torah, day 5 of Devarim, the final day of this first book of Deuteronomy, or Devarim. Let's go back to chapter number 2. And verse 24 and following says this. Yah's instructions to Moshe say, "Arise, set out, and pass over the Wadi Arnon. See, I've given into your hand Sihon the Amorite, sovereign of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it, and stir yourself up against him in battle. This day I began to put the dread and fear of you upon the peoples under all the heavens, who when they hear the report of you shall tremble and shake because of you." Now notice this strange reaction then that Moshe offers in response to this command. Verse 26 says, "Then I sent messengers from the wilderness of Kedemoth, to Sihon, sovereign of Heshbon, with words of peace." Kind of strange. Before we get into the strange, let me make a comment here, if I may. I want to offer thanks to all who consistently watch 10-Minute Torah, and for those especially who leave comments, for those who subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. Just hit the button down at the bottom here. And if you enjoy the videos, consider hitting the like button. I don't understand all of the metrics that and the way that YouTube channel works with all of this, the algorithms, if you will. Excuse me, but it helps. And just trying to get the videos out to a wider audience, and your help is much appreciated. Thank you for your prayers, and also for those who support. Now, back to the strange. So Moshe is told to stir up himself against Sihon, king of the Amorites, and cause a conflict that will result in warfare. He sends a peace delegation instead. So, is it possible then that Yah is arranging an attempt for peace as a provocation of war? An attempt or an offering of peace is a provocation of war. What the possibility of a peace offering here is doing is it is revealing the true nature of the Amorites. Yah says that they're shaking and they're trembling. So there are buckets of fear just over there, and Israel can easily go in and wipe them out this time. They've already faced this enemy once before, more on that in a moment. But they say, we're willing to make peace. What it does is it pushes Sihon's pride buttons and causes him to rear up and seek to fight instead of use common sense. Now let's re-examine this one more time. About 40 years earlier, when the spies had brought the 10 spies had brought a bad report, Israel was shirking back and full of fear, and Yah judges them for it and says, well, now you're going to die in the wilderness. All of a sudden, these fearful people become brave. No, we've changed our minds. We will indeed go up against the Amorites, and we'll drive them out. Moshe said, I wouldn't go. Yah's not going with you. And the Amorites hit them hard, sent them packing, chased them down off of the mountains, and slew many of them. It was a disaster. What's different now? Between the earlier attempt then and this attempt now, there is one key difference. And that is that the presence of Yahweh is going to go with them. The victories of Israel are not determined by numerical superiority, by superior advancements in technology, nor by the ingenious efforts of military commanders. It is simply that Yah is with them. And there are those that will now argue, well, the Jews in Israel, they're not doing this, or they don't believe that, or any list of reasons why you would speculate that Yah is not with them. Let me make this very plain. Israel, the house of Yehuda in particular, as they are the part of this discussion, our brothers the Jews, and yes, I believe they are brothers, and more on that in a moment maybe, but Yah is with them by covenant. There is a covenant that goes back to Abraham and his descendants. Particularly, this covenant was given from Abraham to Yitzhak or Isaac, and then to Yaakov or Jacob. It is from Jacob that the tribes of Israel have descended, and they carry this covenant with them. We may fail on our side of the covenant for a variety of reasons. All of us have. But Yah is faithful on his end. If you will remember that when Yah gave Abraham this covenant, it was the covenant between the pieces, and there was a bloody path of hewn animals laid before him. Abraham stood at one end, Yah at the other, and Yah, by a vision of a burning torch and a burning lamp, he moved up and down between the pieces, signifying that he would pay the penalty for the failure of the other participant in the covenant. Man has often failed. The descendants of Abraham have often failed. We ourselves included. For any and all mistakes that we think that, or we will remember that we have made, has Yah cut us off? Has Yah turned his back on us? I'm not talking about a nation here. I'm talking about us as a group of people the world over. No, he hasn't. His mercies are renewed with every morning. His steadfastness, his loving commitment, his kindness toward us, it has not been turned away, and thankfully so. But it is dependent upon us recognizing this covenant and seeking to walk with him in it. However, that covenant is not just snapped away if we do not arrive at that point immediately. The same grace that you are looking for in your failures to learn and to overcome and to persevere and to get to where you need to be, let's offer that also to the house of Yehuda. They worship and seek after the face of the same mighty one that we do. The issue between us is identity and participation and roles of the Messiah. Well, let's understand that and set that aside, understanding that we need to pray for them, encourage them. Yah is with them. What does that mean in this moment of time? At the time of this recording, Israel is seeking to eliminate Hamas from their southern border so that the rockets will not indiscriminately and consistently rain upon all of its people, especially in the southern arena. Hezbollah at the north has well over 100,000 rockets, many of them modern enough that they have guidance systems aboard and they can strike anywhere in the land. At present, Iran is threatening to arrive at a nuclear opportunity and rain down nuclear weapons upon Israel. The Houthis are also seeking to, and have done so, send drones and rockets into Israel. Her enemies are lining up against her. Let's not count ourselves among her enemies, but understand that we are those who are praying, Father, do not turn from them, stand with them as we seek to stand with them. That's my take. Shabbat shalom to you, to your family. May Yah bless you and be with you as you celebrate his day and his set apartness. And together with me, Until next week, Shabbat Shalom, and let's pray for the peace of Jerusalem.